Hey, it's Josh. So, how many times have you opened Premiere Pro and you were like, what the heck? Well, I made this video. It's going to be a crash course on Adobe Premiere Pro 2020 Creative. First off, we're going to open Premiere Pro and we're going to want to make a new project. Now, when you hit new project, a new dialog box opens up. And here's where you can put in the name for your video. And you can choose where you want to save it. But let's just put in a name, choose your location if you want, and hit OK. So once you've got Premiere open, it looks like this. You've got your timeline down here, and this is where you're going to find your effects. You're going to be able to change settings on various things, and you'll be able to import media to be able to use for your whole project here. Up here where your different workboards are, your different workboards can be used for various things, but let's just stick to the editing workboard since it's going to be the simplest to learn from. Down below, you're going to see various tools that you can use. During this, we're really only going to focus on two of them, the selection tool and the razor tool. Now, just because Adobe Premiere has a ton of tools to choose from doesn't mean that it has to be intimidating. So from here, we're going to want to import some files to work with. Let's go to File, and then go to Import. I have some on my desktop right here in this folder already. Click Import on this folder, and it's going to import those three folders within that as well. So as you can see, we've got our audio file, we've got our logos, and we've got our clips. There are a few different ways you can start your sequence. You can go to File, go to New, and create a new sequence. What I like to do, and what is the simplest way to do it, is to go to one of your video clips, right-click it, and go to New Sequence from Clip. This is going to make a new sequence with the same dimensions and settings as that video clip, which is kind of nice if you don't really know, or if you don't really want to go and deal with all of those settings yourself. I'm using a few clips that I recorded a while ago of my friend that produces music, and I'm going to use one of the logos that I created as well. So for this particular video, I don't really want to use the audio that's from the video. I'm going to use my own audio clip. So to get rid of that, I'm going to right-click on that clip and go to Unlink. That's going to unlink the audio file from the video file. So now I can just go ahead and delete that. So let's bring in our audio that we're going to use. And I don't actually want to use this whole audio file, so I'm actually going to cut it right down here. And to do that, you can actually press C or go over here and select your razor tool. This is going to allow you to cut that audio file and make it smaller. So I'm going to go and click right on the marker, and that's going to cut it right there. And then get your selection tool, and you can use that with the keybind V. And I'm just going to delete that first part and slide the audio track down to the beginning. This is too far out and you want to zoom into your project a little bit. You can go right down here and select this marker and slide it to the left, and it'll actually zoom in. And I want to be able to see my audio file. So I'm going to drag this line and bring it down. And now you can see the audio levels for this file. And since I don't want the beginning to start with an abrupt sound, I'm going to put in some keyframes. To get your keyframes, you need to pull this marker down far enough to be able to see this button right here. You just click on your audio file and it enters in a keyframe. If you click and hold, you can move this keyframe wherever you want, and we actually want it to be low to when the audio starts. It's not very loud. But this also moves the whole audio level. So we're going to skip ahead a few frames and create another keyframe and bring this up a little bit. And now, at the full volume of the music, we're going to create another one and bring it right to the center. And that's going to play this back with a gradual increase. Now I'm going to zoom back out, and I don't necessarily need this whole video clip, and I kind of just want this last little piece of it. So I'm actually going to cut this video with the razor tool, and then with the selection tool, select this first part and delete it. I'm going to drag this video clip to the beginning, and I'm going to actually bring in the rest of our video clips. And like I said earlier, I don't want this audio on here, so I'm actually going to go in on both of these and unlink both. And I'm going to delete both of those audio tracks. Now this file, I'm going to bring in closer to this and figure out where I want it to fade in. And I will leave it there. You want to have a little bit of overlay, and we'll get to this in a minute when we insert our transitions. So now I'm going to bring in this video clip, and I don't want this whole clip, and I'm actually going to cut this right at the end. Then delete that last part. Now I do want to have that logo in there, so I'm going to bring that logo in, and I want this logo in multiple spots, so I'm going to go ahead and drag in a couple of them to where it does go in and out. Now to add transitions, you're going to go to your Effects tab and go to Video Transitions. After Effects includes a few of them to get you started, but you can download and import your own files if you want to. I'm just going to grab in a couple transitions, and now see how it fades in. There's your transition. So now that we've got our video, we want to render it. To render it, you can either hit Enter, or what I like to do is go to Sequence, and then go Render Entire Work Area. Alright, now that this is rendered, you're going to notice that this bar turns green. That's going to show you that those frames are rendered. I like to render my whole work area just because, but you can also select specific clips to render only if that's all that you need to render. And I like to render after I've done a few major changes just so I can see what the video's like. Rendering allows smoother playback, and some transitions won't display properly unless you render them first. So now we only have two more steps. One, watch your video and make sure that it's all set and ready to be exported. Two, export your video. To export your video, you're going to go to File, and then you're going to go down to Export, and then Media. When you do this, a new dialog box is going to open up. It's going to give you a ton of options, but all you want to do is go to this Presets tab, hit the drop down, scroll down here to the bottom, and choose one of these YouTube settings, preferably one in high definition if that's what your video is. It's going to change your settings to match those that YouTube wants for videos. If you click right here, you can change where and what you're saving your file as. I'm just going to save it on my desktop as video 1. And there you go, there's your video. Now hit export and let Adobe do its thing. Let me know in the comments if this helped you, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And now you've got your first video from Adobe Premiere Pro. Let me know in the comments if this video helped you at all. Also subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification if you want to stay in the loop for when my new videos go live.